Hello and welcome, guys. It's Wednesday evening again, and I'm back with another great topic to help you grow your business. And in particular, today is a topic focused on marketing. And if you're a business owner, this is for you. If it's the first time that you are watching me and you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified of any new videos that I publish. I usually publish videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, so make sure you look out for videos on both of those days. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. So turning the thumb from gray to blue, that would be cool. If you're watching this on Facebook, hello and welcome once again. And you can equally give me a blue thumbs up, also a heart if you feel so kind to do so. Anyway, so today's topic, I'm covering the 6 pillars of marketing strategy that accelerate your growth. And I guess, in the new economy that we're in right now, I guess for a lot of people who are transitioning from perhaps, selling in one particular dynamic 6 months ago to how you've had to transition and what you're working your business through right now, there's a lot of changes that have happened for many people. And I want to share with you these 6 pillars so that you can look at your business from a strategic point of view. And when I say strategic point of view, people often get confused between what is strategy or a strategic approach compared to what are tactics or things that you can do just to get perhaps traffic or more clients or more eyeballs. And there is a difference between strategy and tactics. And in, a nutshell, a strategy is how you plan and research and look at the market before you go into the tactics, the actual work to gain more clients and grow your business. And so we're going to look at the 6 pillars of how you can plan, strategize, research, and I guess put the right steps in place for your target audience so that when you do start to advertise and market to them using the different tactics available to you, that you're ready with the right offer, the right message, and a few other things that I'm going to share with you in these 6 pillars today. If you've got any questions, as ever, just remember, just drop your comments or your questions below in a comment below this video if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and I will come back to them and answer them. So let's get into this. We're going to go straight into content. So the first pillar that I want you to be aware of is niche. Now, when you start out with what you do in your business, you might even be thinking, well, you know what, I already know what my audience want, or I know what my audience need. And often what I find is people don't delve deep enough to understand truly what their niche is. And your niche is made up of a many number of things. And I believe I've got 4 key things that I want to share with you. And the first 2 are demographics. So demographics are where you identify what are the key attributes, like what makes up your audience, age, gender, location. It's almost like what is the logical attributes that you could write down on a sheet and say, oh, these are all the things that I can identify my audience with. And a lot of people, they stop when they're creating their niche or identifying their niche with the demographics. And actually, it's only half or even a quarter of the picture with what you've got to do when it comes to really getting into identifying your niche. And your niche, if you're not familiar with the term, is your target audience. The second step is understanding about your niche. What are the psychographics? What are the motivating reasons why a person would buy from you? And usually the psychographics are all embedded in emotions. These are going to be the different aspects of, what motivates a person to buy, because what is it that they're experiencing in terms of fear, passion, or current problems with the thing that you can help them to solve. And identifying these 2 as the first step in your niche are critical. And I find a lot of people, they don't go beyond demographics, but if you've gone beyond that and you also understand psychographics, you're well on your way to creating and identifying a powerful niche that you can then put your offers in front of. The 4th step, or C, is once you understand the DEMS and the psychographics, you've got to understand what is the exact problem. So with the problem that your client or your target audience has, what is the goal that they have? So if they have a problem, obviously the goal is to get away from that problem or to solve the problem, to fix the problem. And what I see often again, business owners, when they come to this step, is what they've identified is not necessarily a problem, but they've identified a symptom. And your job with your strategy in your niche is to get very clear on what is the problem. So the problem is not the symptom. Usually there are many symptoms for one problem, and it's your job to get very clear on what is it that your niche have as a problem and what are all the symptoms that relate to that problem, because all of this will become added resources that you can use when it comes to crafting your offer and your message. So D, when it comes to your niche, research. Now, this is often the bane of a lot of business owners. They don't want to do research. They don't want to get stuck with all this stuff. But if you have customers already, or you have an active audience who are watching you, then it's critical that you understand what your market want. It's critical you understand what are who are the competitors in your market, so you can understand what's being offered to your niche right now. And I guess a lot of people skip over this because they kind of, and I know I did as well in the early days running my business, because you feel like, oh, I know what people want, and you make the assumption. And part of the assumption is great because it forces you, or rather you're forcing yourself just to act. But then what happens as a step beyond that is, when you start to put your message and your offer out to your audience, you'll see if actually your hunch or your intuition or your gut feeling was right. And the research part is the element that will help you to make sure that it becomes better, because perhaps you do have a great gut feeling, but the research is what is going to help you to really dial in what it is that you've got to put out to your audience, and simply knowing that you've identified your niche clearly. So that is pillar one. Pillar two is product. So whether you offer products, whether you offer services, it could just be a digital product, it could be a physical product, it really doesn't matter. And a lot of people, they don't really delve into this. So products, services, digital, physical. Let's look at these. So the first step is, we need to look at what are the 4 P's of your product. And when I say product, it's interchangeable with the phrase service. So if you only offer a service, it's classic as the same thing. So what you've got to look at is, what is the product description? So clearly identify what it is that you're going to put out to your audience, that niche, to solve their number one problem, based on what you've also researched with the competition and what the market are saying that they want, right? And by creating a product description, it literally only has to be 1 or 2 paragraphs. You really start to dial in what it is that it's going to do for that niche. Yeah, rather than my product is the best and blah, 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 people are going to want it. You're going to write a description that relates to the problem, the symptoms, and exactly what your niche really want to achieve the goal of getting beyond the problem or challenge they're experiencing in their life with what your product and service will offer them. Step 2, pricing. Pricing, by doing your research and looking at your competition, will also give you another indicator as to what A, the market's already spending, and B, if you haven't got prices, or you're launching a new product or something that you're revisiting, using the research that you've done on competition as well will help you just to guide you in the right direction of what is the market already investing in, and to what degree, what prices. And when I say that, it's good. It's a good exercise to make sure that you've looked at least 3 to 5 competitors. Don't limit yourself just to one, because perhaps you're not getting a full clear picture of what's going on in the market. Step 3 in the 4 P's of creating your product is looking at the packaging. How is it packaged? What have you put together as the value proposition, almost like the stack? And so, like, what's included? What symptoms is it solving? What transformation does your product or service offer, or what end result does it offer your target audience? So, looking at how it's all put together. Is it a physical product? Is it just a digital product? How does it look? Can you give people a feeling of something that they're going to own? So future pacing, ownership, the way that the graphics, the imagery, the language, everything is put together and constructed to package it in a way that becomes almost irresistible for people. And then step 4 is looking at placement. So where will you advertise or market this product? Where will it appear? How will it appear? Yeah. So whether it's online, offline, and making sure that, it gets in front of your target audience, and you're automatically thinking about how it will appear, how it will be presented when your target audience come across it. And so these are the 4 key areas of your product or service that you must consider when you're putting together your strategy. So the final step is value ladder. So when you think about your products and services, it might be that you don't just have one, or it could be a principle where you may have one range of products that fix a problem that your target audience are experiencing, but perhaps they buy it based on where they are in their journey. And so a value ladder gives you the opportunity to create products or services that link to one another, helping your client to further solve the problem in greater detail, or allowing them to get beyond their initial problem to then open them up to opportunities that they otherwise would not be able to get to or even experience because of that initial problem. So looking at a value ladder, and here's an example of my own, it's a great way to move people up in the way that they're given value from you. So whether they buy something, they purchase some training, or whether they're supported. And if you look at these 3 steps, I've got here a lead magnet, which I offer for free. So the value ladder simply shows how you can increase value to your target audience. Step 2 is training. So you can see that I've got a low price training product that I offer, which is called the Hustle Plan. And then 3rd is support, where people not only do they receive online training, but they get one or the opportunity to get support through one of my coaching programs. So you can see this is my Certainty in Crisis program. So when you're looking at your own products, look at what is the value ladder that you're creating so that people can experience, I guess, different services, different products with you based on where they're at with regards to the problem that you help them to solve. Cool. So step 3 in the 6 pillars is your offers. Now, when you create your products, you might be thinking, well, why do I need an offer if I've already created the product? Because the product is the thing that I'm going to sell at the price that I'm going to sell it. Well, to a degree, that's true. But what you find is that a product is a product, and offers, you can create hundreds, if not thousands of them. And your offers are actually the thing that will move people from simply seeing your product to people seeing your product and saying, I need that. I needed that yesterday. I needed it last week. And I'm willing to give you my last penny to have that thing. Because an offer should be something that is a mix of, and I'm going to use this formula that you see on the screen right now, the right audience with the right promise, i.e. what you're promising that your product or service offers at the right time, which equals an offer they can't refuse. Yeah. And that's what you've got to create when it comes to your offers. You have to give them something that is almost like something that is just beyond their wildest dreams, and it fulfills their desire or their urge to get that problem fixed, right? And if this is making sense, guys, just give me a yes in the comments below. And I often see a lot of people, they don't understand what offers are. Now, think about this. When you do your food shopping, thank you, Kohanya, I love you. Thanks for the support. When you do your food shopping, you go to the supermarkets, just remember, you know, when you go to the end of the aisles, you see all the offers, right? And you normally see there's more people at the end of the aisles looking at what those offers are. And those products that are being offered are probably products that you usually buy or you usually see at the supermarket. They're not the kind of products that are just brand new or something strange. And so the point I'm getting to is that whether you've got a product or a service and you're thinking about, you know, how can you offer it differently, the supermarkets are giving you the blueprint. You see, the thing is, just because you have a product or a number of products or services doesn't mean that you can't create new offers. You can bundle your products together to create new offers. You can introduce new premiums, new bonuses, different things. You can ride off the trends of current social circumstances or just market trends, market forces. And a lot of people don't understand that actually creating a no-brainer, irresistible offer is the key thing for you to sell your product and service just before you move into the step of marketing or putting together the marketing message. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. So here's an example of people or a company that actually creates amazing offers. So Apple. So recently, literally one day ago, and I've just got this print screen just for this training today, they were valued at $2 trillion. Yeah, that's the most valued company in the history of business. Yeah, Apple. a company that sells phones, tablets, and computers. And if you think about it, when you go to their website and you look at their products that they have on offer, it's not like you're just reading a fact sheet. They sell an experience, and the experience of what you're reading, seeing, the different features, benefits, all of those things that they have wrapped up on their, I would call it kind of a sales page. It's not the page where you actually buy the product. It's the offer page. It's how they entice you, and how, if you look at the words that they use on those pages, they're filled with emotion, like things you can do, become a creator, become a problem solver, be part of the community. And what they actually have got you wrapped into is the offer. And it's only at the point where you have gone through that page and think, you know what, I really need this shiny brand new iPhone, that when you see on the page there is a button that says buy now. And when you click on that, that's actually the part where you then buy. But before that, the actual sales page is where they're enticing you with the offer, even before you see the price. And so for me, this is another great example of a company that knows how to put great offers together and get people wanting their stuff to the point where people queue up when there is a new iPhone launch, right? And sometimes overnight. So step 4, or pillar 4 even, is your message. So now that you know the niche, and now that you've gone through the experience of understanding what the offer is, you can wrap those 2 elements, into the message. And I'm being very specific about those 2 pillars into your message, and I'll come back to the second one in a moment. So in order to get your offer out to your audience, you need the right message. And if you think about it, just because you have an offer, you can't just go out to the market and say, hey, I have a brand new service or a brand new product, you've got to buy it from me now. No. See, the thing is, everybody online, or whoever is online, and I'm guessing your niches as well, and even people who are offline, they're bombarded with advertising 24/7. And because of that, you have to go to the next level of providing so much value to capture people's attention in the first place, because it's not like they can't get something similar to you, online, but what you're looking for is people who relate to what it is that you have. So people do see you as the Apple of your niche, or the Apple of your industry, and you want people to see it. So it just becomes a no-brainer, irresistible, enticing offer. But that can only happen when you put value out into the marketplace. And a great example of this is using the EBM formula, which is the education-based marketing formula. So don't just push your offers or just push your services. What you've got to do is put value out to the marketplace. And the simple formula is value, 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 and then a call to action. So everything that you do should be stacked with value in a higher proportion compared to the calls to actions. Sometimes just because you've given enough value, you probably don't even need a call to action a lot of the time. So if you look at Apple, look at their advertising, a lot of the times it's not, hey, buy the new iPhone. It's showing you what you can do, i.e. future pacing their audience into what it would mean to own that device. And the call to action speaks for itself, because you're piquing a person's desire to the point where they're like, I need that thing. I don't even need to know the price. Even though it's $1,000 or £1,000, people are pushed so much by the emotion around what it can do for them, or the promise that it makes. Remember the irresistible offer promise. That's what gets people to buy. So pillar 5 is advertising. Well, it's all well and good identifying your niche, knowing what your message is, your offer is, getting clear on what your product is, but you need to advertise, and any marketing strategy would not be complete without advertising. So without visibility, your business will not attract new clients, which is why obscurity is the biggest killer of businesses. You need people in your niche to see your marketing message. They need to come across your education-based marketing content. So with pillar, I guess, 4, which is all about your message, now you can take that message and use it in your advertising. And that's where a lot of people don't see that actually this is, that this is the logical step that you need, because all of these steps have all come out of your niche. And by identifying that niche and getting very clear on the niche, you'll then be able to relate your product, your offer, your message, everything to that target audience. And when it comes to advertising, it's almost like you've done the hard work, you've done the groundwork. All you've got to do now is put that message in front of them. So let's dig a bit deeper with your advertising and traffic. And the way to do that in terms of attracting people is paid advertising. You know, it's the fastest form of getting in front of your audience on platforms like Google Ads, Facebook Ads, YouTube Ads, LinkedIn Ads. And then you've got organic, which is on platforms like Google Search, YouTube channels, content on social media, personal profiles, business profiles, groups. These are the key ways to get out to your target audience. You don't have to be on all of them. What you've got to do is probably pick 2 to begin with and become basically a master of these channels. And in your research, which I spoke about in pillar number 1 as part of your niche, you will have identified where your target audience hang out, and that will help to determine where you need to advertise and if you're going to use paid advertising or organic advertising. So as we draw to the final one, it's pillar 6, which is sales. And you might be thinking, well, sales is not marketing, so why would you include it in strategy? Well, bear with me, guys, because this is something I see a lot of people, they fall in love with the idea of marketing, but they don't understand that you've got to close the deal. You have to make the sale in order for your marketing to have been a success, right? So for me, sales, and without sales, you have no business. So unless you're selling every day, you're not maxing out on this skill or the ability to achieve the results that this vital function offers your business. Now, if you look at the definition of selling according to the Cambridge Dictionary, it's the job and skill of persuading people to buy things. So here's why I believe it is, according to Leon's Gospel, pillar number 6, because your marketing should have done somewhere between 80 to 90% of the persuading before a person is ready to buy. And if you use the steps that I've given you, where you're creating value constantly, and then a call to action, you will have put so much value out to your target audience that they will feel compelled to buy from you. And I guess this is what a lot of people miss out on. And the reason why a lot of people miss out on this in terms of business is because they want to take their offer and advertise it to people and just get a sale instantly. But the reality is that you need to put a value message out to your audience using education-based marketing. So you're not direct selling, but you're putting value out first so people know you, yeah? And some may like you, some may trust you, but if you've persuaded them enough, they may not like you, they may not trust you, but you have piqued their desire to the point where they want the thing that you're talking about. And so for me, this is how it goes hand in hand. And there we have the 6 pillars of creating a marketing strategy. And if you've liked this content, remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel now. If you've not subscribed to the channel, you can go to YouTube and search for Leon Street, or simply go to leonstreet.com/YouTube, and that will take you to the subscribe link on my channel page on YouTube. Now, for me, if you're in business and you want to go to the next level, apply these 6 pillars. It will take your business to the next level, and it will at least give you the first steps in looking at your business from a strategic standpoint. Quite often, you know, we're all caught up in the midst of, you know, Instagram, LinkedIn, and you're doing the tactics. You're not thinking strategically about what your target audience want most. And in the demographics, in the psychographics, in understanding the number 1 problem and getting super clear on how you wrap all of that up into the right product with the right offer, the right message, is how you take your business to the next level. And it's something that I've done time and time again for my clients. So, you know, go apply this. Let me know how it goes. And if you've got any questions on these 6 key areas of your marketing strategy, then reach out to me. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to catching up with you next Wednesday, where I'll be back with some more marketing and sales knowledge to help you grow your business. So make sure you like this video if you're watching it right now. And remember, I'll also be back Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. to wake up with you guys, business owners, to go to that next level and prepare you for the weekend. So take care. Bye-bye.